Ninjas, some of the greatest warriors the world has ever known. They're strong, fast, cunning. These masters of stealth love to finish their jobs as swift and efficiently as possible. Stories about their feats have been told throughout the ages in various forms, from word of mouth, written in books, and now video games. Hello everyone, I'm Dandelion, and today's thoughts are going to be on Shinobi for the PlayStation 2. Shinobi is a 3D action-adventure video game, developed by Overworks and published by Sega. As part of the Shinobi series, it was released for PlayStation 2 consoles November 10th in 2002. And for those who are unaware, Shinobi was originally a 2D shuriken-style combat game that largely involved you throwing shurikens at enemies or not getting hit. The player guides the protagonist Hotsuma through 8 levels consisting of 2 sections and a boss battle at the end. The goal is to quickly move through these stages and kill enemies to prevent your sword from killing you. Now, this game does not feature any checkpoints, but if you make it to a boss battle, you can retry from the boss battle if you die. Unfortunately, any scrolls you collected along the way are lost. Combat is hack and slash based, involving large numbers of recurring enemies. Hotsuma's sword, the Akujiki, is his primary weapon and it feeds on souls, initially devouring those of enemies you kill. Then it will devour your soul if you don't kill enemies for a set period of time. Now this puts a big emphasis on killing enemies as fast and efficiently as possible. Hotsuma can also kill 4 or more enemies at once, triggering a nice cutscene called a tate, an attack that will release more souls for Akujiki. Boy, does it feel good when you score a tate, especially in Area 1. You feel like the man, boy. Feel like Trunks when he took out Frieza's whole army.
No, hold on.
Hotsuma's arsenal also consists of shurikens and special ninjutsu. He can use these shurikens to briefly paralyze enemies, or you can use his kick to break an enemy's guard as well. The 3 types of ninjutsu available to him are Kain, an area-based fire attack. Kamitachi is a ranged shockwave that you can fire at enemies. You get about 6 of these. Then you have Raijin, which grants him an invincibility shield for a short period of time. That is going to be your bread and butter in boss battles, let me just tell you that right now. He can also perform the stealth dash, a faster than the eye dodge maneuver that can leave a ghostly image. It is so freaking cool. If you thought Sonic's lightspeed dash was awesome, this is just great. You can trick a boss with that. A mechanic featured in the game Shinobi is one I call the stepping stone mechanic. This mechanic works by jumping, dashing, slashing, and you continue to slash and dash as you go about. You gain higher ground. This is used throughout the game to reach higher areas or secret places, and it can be really useful. Now, you only get 2 jumps during this phase. So your first initial jump, and then you have your second jump. After that second jump, you're out of luck. So mastering this is very, very useful as you turn the enemies you kill into stepping stones. Shinobi is a hard game, but not for the reasons you would think. Let me start by saying the stage design is actually really good, with each stage varying in look, color, and feel. However, some of these stages have very, very odd platforming areas, and worst of all, no freaking checkpoint. This would be a little less of an issue if the game had a more forgiving continue system, since stages can get pretty long, and with no checkpoints to continue from, one slip up and it's back to the starting line. The platforming in Shinobi has a more interesting take, yet it's annoying at the same time. Some areas are decent, while others are just plain rage-inducing. The ones that I hated the most were some of the segments where you had to stick to walls while attacking enemies in mid-air, using them as stepping stones to get to another wall. In some cases, if you're not paying attention or if you slip up one time, you're gonna fall to your death. Did I also mention that the lock-on can be a problem too? Make sure you set your lock-on button, because as you would expect, you'll lock on to the next enemy that's there. But in some cases, you'll be going in a straight line to use enemies as a platform to get to a platform, but then there'll be an enemy that will appear off to the side. So you'll waste your jump and dash and attack this enemy by accident. Hotsuma will sometimes just automatically do it, so you have to keep track of his homing attack BS so you don't end up falling into a ditch. The enemies in Shinobi are not the brightest bulbs, but they will block your progress like a damn tank. And I'm not talking about just getting in your way. I literally mean these guys will block at the most random moments, or they will just run away. Enemies are placed in odd areas of the map, meaning you have to go out of your way to go kill them, and then go back to another area to take out a talisman just to continue on the game. Some cases you have to dash great distances just to strike them and then go and kill another enemy, which sucks because then that enemy can do the one thing I've mentioned before, block. They will block and cause you to waste time. Shinobi itself had some shortcomings, I'll admit, but it's actually a pretty solid game for something that came out in the early 2000s. It holds up well visually and somewhat mechanically, making it a joy to play every now and then. There are some things that could have been made better, such as stage layout or the constant blocking of enemies every 2 seconds, but it's nothing too bad that makes this game completely unplayable. I do love the character designs the most. Hotsuma is dressed in your standard ninja gear and attire for the time, but two of the things that stand out on him, much like Maritsune, are the four-eyed visor. I think that's really cool, and for just a headband, I can't help but think that they use it for other purposes too. But the scarf is the best thing ever. You can clearly see where most of the budget went, because running in a circle with this thing, it's so fluid and it moves so elegantly. It is a bright red, so your eyes are constantly kept on Hotsuma and you know where he is on the map at all times. I'll give Shinobi a 3 out of 5. It's a game I think that would do better from a remake, and I will admit I think some people would actually really like this game. It has enough in there to really test a player's skill while keeping it fun at the same time. And let's be real, ladies and gentlemen, that scarf is just awesome. So, did any of you ever get to try Shinobi? Have you played any games like it? I want to thank you all for making it to the end of the video, and let's get the discussion started in the comment section below. Like and subscribe for more to come. This is the Dandelion, signing out.